All right, so Brian was saving lost kids, so I'm just wanted to share with you guys the vision of what God did on this awesome adventure that we're on. So we do search and rescue. So on the rescue side, we started rescuing children, and so we rescued one poor girl that was, so we didn't rescue at the beginning, but we were in the end half of this. We were 12 and a half, and then she was 13, and we had to rescue again, then at 13 and a half, and then at 14. We found out what happened was that there are no good places in the state of Tennessee to take a girl that's that broken and help them to heal and become the girl God wanted her to be, right? So she's just an easy victim over and over and over again. So it was killing me that we can't find anything in Tennessee to place her, and that's where God led us on this path of, all right, Brian, you need to build a ranch or a center that we're going to do for sex trafficked girls, young girls, underage. And the idea is we're going to build 10 homes. If you guys are interested, you can always see the vision statement. It's really funny how this all came together. So we're going to build 10 homes with Christian house parents, and that's going to become basically mom and dad. And about 3 to 4 girls per home, maybe 5 if that works for them. And then on the campus needs to be the church and the school and the healing center and all the other kind of buildings, the store, things like that. So they don't have to leave the campus. Eventually, we want them connected more to the little town. So we need it near a town that they can connect to that's safe, maybe a small little town, maybe a private school. So as they start to spread their wings, they can get connected back. So it's not just we're going to coddle them and protect them forever. We need them to be able to grow. And it can't be in a city. I can't protect that. So we're needing somewhere between 100 to 300 acres. You can't protect it like that. So it's got to be out there, but not so far out there that we don't have resources like volunteers and all that. So, got to have equine therapy on the property. We know that. It's a big part of this equation. And then we need to have at least one pond on the property. And so these are some of the things that we put in this vision statement. So we have now spent 3.5 years, place after place after place, trying to figure out how to pack this thing together so that it's what we want. And we were looking around Shelby County, and I really thought this was it. It was around Shelby County, but I wasn't. We find places, but they just weren't right. Like, you know what I mean? Like our 28-member advisory board's like, we can make that work. And I'm like, yeah, but, and true. And I'm not saying God wouldn't be able to bless it, but that's not it. And I don't know how to explain it to you any other than that's not where God's leading it. Like, I'm sure he would probably bless it some, but he's got something bigger in mind, something in mind I can't find. And out of a whim, a week and a half ago, we hear this thing in a place in Tennessee, and we don't want to put it because we're recording, I won't tell you where it is, but it's rural between here and Nashville. And we found this place, and it was a pipe drain. That was $1.9 million. It's ginormous, and instead of building stuff, there's a lot of stuff, most of it, a lot of the initial stuff's already built. And we just looked at it on a whim. So anyway, the owner came to us and said, oh look, I want to meet you guys. So he decided to met with us on Friday. And this is what he said. He goes, look, I spent 20 years building this by hand. When the trees were cleared, I cleared. He's got a big construction company. I cleared it. I dug the ponds. I built all the buildings, everything. He's been doing for 20 years. And he said, I thought I was building this for me. But then I found out God's got something special for this place, and I didn't know what it was. So for 2.5 years, it's been sitting on the market, and I've turned down offer after offer after offer for this. And I just heard your vision. You got it. This is what it was for. It's just neat to see how God's been planning this for 22.5 years before I even knew about it. And he didn't even understand it. And when he heard it, he's like, it's got to be this. This is what it's for. And he goes like, I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't care about the paperwork side. I'm not independently wealthy, but you guys have, it's your ranch. And so I went back and met with him Monday, and he goes, look, my advisors are suggesting that we're just going to donate it. And so it's not 100%, so we need some prayer. But if that's how it works,
the way he said it was, I said, do you mind if I come by the property and take some video and some pictures and pray over it? And he said, why are you asking me? It's your place. I mean, that's how certain he is. And seeing God in all this is just incredible. So then I was like, well, let me meet with the town, because I'm expecting there to be some opposition to this, right? So let me meet with the mayors so there's county mayor, city mayor, the sheriff, the police, all the heads of all the pastors of all the churches. Let's just meet with them. Every single one said one thing that was just like they rehearsed it. We love this. What can we do to make this happen here? How can we help? It was incredible. So I told the last guy I met with is the county mayor, and I told him this story, and he goes, so what kind of opposition you had? I said, none. Like the opposite of. I don't understand this. Everybody's in for this. And he goes, you know what that's called? I said, no. It's called confirmation. This is it. This is where it's going to be. So, don't have it all planned out yet. I have no idea how God's going to open up the doors for the operating funds, that kind of side. But it doesn't really matter, right? Because we're following God on this adventure. And that's what it was all about. Was following God, not saying, Lord, I'm going to do this. You got to come and support this. It was all about following. It made no sense at all. And I was getting really weak. Like, I was getting tired of looking for places. I felt like I was getting really discouraged. Charles Matthews, I got to testify on him real quick. He came out of nowhere. Like, he helped me start Saving Lost Kids. And then he got off on an adventure, and he's pastor of a church, and he's doing all this stuff. And then out of nowhere, he comes back, like, with bells on. I'm full-time. I want to take load off of you. And I didn't understand any of that. I'm telling Linda, I'm like, where's this coming from? I'm like, I love it. But why? And he confessed to me yesterday. Okay, well, out of the blue, God said, Charles, I need to go to help Brian. I need to take a big load off his shoulders. I need to take everything off of his shoulders you can and encourage him, because I'm about to dump something on his shoulders that he can't support with all this. So, anyway, what God's doing is just, when you choose to follow him, it's not what you think. It's not going to ever work out like you think. It's always going to be better. But it's a different walk than asking him just to support you. So my biggest suggestion to anybody who talks about him is always remember there's two different ways to walk in life, even with God. One is come up with your own plans and ideas and stuff and strategies, and that's good. And he might support a lot of that. But there's another way by asking him what his plan is and going for that. Because I'm telling you, there is nothing on the planet that could have put all this together that way. I mean, God is real, but he's beyond real. He's like actively real. Planning stuff out, and if we can just get in line with what he's wanting us to do. It's brilliant. So anyway, love y'all. Thank you also for being such a support to Saving Lost Kids. We couldn't have done this without you. And I need your prayers, so please take a moment and pray tonight, and just see if we can get it all donated, and that would be awesome. Love you guys. Thank you.